Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic!
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
Hey everyone, this is Sellers.
And this is Stormy.
And this is Unforgotten.
Each episode highlight unsolved missing, murdered, and suspicious death cases in Alabama in order to raise awareness and hopefully obtain some answers for victims and their families.
Please remember that any individual referenced in the podcast should be considered innocent until found guilty in a court of law, and any opinions or views expressed in the podcast are solely those of participants. Listener discretion is advised, as some of the content discussed in the podcast may contain violence or graphic descriptions and may not be suitable for all audiences. Hey guys, and welcome back. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, but we are really glad to be back with you for season 4.
If you've been following along on our social media pages, you know things haven't been quiet behind the scenes. There's actually been a lot going on with Alabama cold case advocacy.
True. So we thought the best way to start this season was just the way we've always done it, in an Unforgotten talk. Just the two of us sitting down and catching you up. Before we jump in, there's something we do need to circle back to.
At the end of Debra's last episode, we said the next one would focus on Rhonda Morrison.
And that work is still very much underway.
I've been fortunate enough to speak with several individuals connected to Rhonda's case. And there is a lot there, legally, historically, and emotionally. And it's not something I'm willing to rush. The format for that project is still taking shape. It may ultimately stand on its own in a different way, but the work is happening. And when we release it, it will be thorough.
So if you've been waiting on that episode, we see you.
It's coming. We just want to make sure when it does, it's complete and responsible.
We also want to start by addressing season 3, the Debra Gunter case.
We just kind of paused that season because we've reached a point where we can't responsibly release anything further without additional records and updates. We've been in communication with the Washington County Sheriff's Office and SBI.
There are active matters and other cases that understandably require their attention, and we respect that completely.
We will never speculate, and we will never fill silence with assumptions. Waiting doesn't mean forgotten. It means we're being responsible.
The work behind the scenes has not stopped. It has simply shifted into continued research, record review, and communication.
And when we're able to move forward publicly, we absolutely will. The recent pause also gave us space to reflect on the format of Unforgotten.
Covering one case in a serial format is powerful. It allows us to slow down and dive deeper into the case.
But Alabama has too many cases waiting for attention, and that list just keeps growing.
We feel called to return to highlighting one case per episode so that more families receive focused attention throughout the year.
It doesn't mean we won't do another deep dive season in the future. It just means that right now, broadening the light feels like the right move.
Next, just a quick update on t-shirts and sweatshirts. Orders for the new t-shirts have officially reopened.
Woohoo!
Yeah. We've added sweatshirts this time around at the suggestion of one of our followers.
Yes, and they look fantastic.
Yeah.
The shirts look great too.
They do. We are running pre-orders for the sweatshirts and the next round of t-shirts through March 8th, so just this weekend. And sweatshirts will be very limited, so once they're gone, they're gone.
Orders that we received last week and over the weekend will ship this week. And we just want to say thank you to everyone who has ordered a shirt so far and supported Alabama Cold Case Advocacy.
Yeah.
Every order directly supports our awareness effort.
That's very
and we
thankful.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hello? 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 Now that I've got your attention, this is going to be a weird ad because real estate is weird. If you're in real estate, you already know this, but most of the data's trash and sellers, well, they're a mess. You know the story. They got to talk to their wife, their dog, their therapist. In reality, they just don't know you, and they don't trust you. And why would they? You're the 100th person who's called about their house. And why'd you call them? Because they were on some list that you heard about from a guy living in his mom's basement. Now, to be fair, I live in my mom's basement too, but that's not the point. If you want to win, you have to be different. You have to talk to people who need to sell, who just had a kid, got divorced, or had a loss in the family. That's what Goliath does. We monitor people's lives, and when something changes, we throw up a white flag so you know exactly who to contact. Even if it's 9 p.m. on a weekend and you're asleep. That's what an unfair advantage sounds like.
Goliath.
Goliath Data.
Goliath.
Goliath Data.
GoliathData.com. Find deals before the market does. Okay, back to the show.
One of the biggest updates since our last episode is Operation Safe Return, or OSR.
And it is off to a bang.
It sure is. Oh my gosh.
It continues to grow in ways that genuinely encourage us. The focus of OSR is simple: sustained visibility for Alabama's long-standing missing persons and cold cases, with a focus on children and vulnerable adults. Because when a case stays visible, it stays alive in a community's mind.
We are formally partnered, not monetarily, with the Alabama Sheriff's Association, which has opened doors for collaboration across counties.
And we're seeing increased interest from police departments statewide, which is great because this program was built to collaborate with law enforcement and not compete with them.
Right. We are really excited about the involvement. We are also seeing more engagement, more conversations, and in several instances, it feels like there are even more willing people to come forward with tips after sustained visibility.
I actually talked to Enterprise Police Department earlier today, and Captain Hagwin said that he's going to be at a SWAT meet in a couple of weeks, and he was planning on giving out our information while he was there.
Awesome.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We also want to be clear that every case featured through Operation Safe Return remains an active investigation. These are not just historical spotlights. They are active cases. The agencies handling them continue to urge the public to come forward with any information they may have.
And to share the billboards that we've been able to place so far, the first major placements were in Mobile County for the Choc children, 17-year-old Niurka Choc and 2-year-old Anthony Choc. Aurelia Choc-Cack and her 2 children were last seen on January 30th, 2026, around 6 p.m. in Theodore, Alabama. We've received questions about why the billboard featured the children and not Aurelia. At the time of placement, the children were the subjects, and still are, of an emergency child alert. The billboard aligned with that alert. On February 10th, 2026, the Mobile County Sheriff's Office arrested Juan Carlos Argueta Guerra, charging him with 3 counts of first-degree kidnapping in connection with the disappearance of the Choc family. He is originally from El Salvador, and he is a documented member of the Serena Street Gang. Additionally, he has a criminal record in El Salvador, including charges of attempted homicide and terrorism. In a court hearing, March 2nd, 2026, Testimony revealed that Niurka's blood was found throughout the family home on Ben Hamilton Road, including on the living room couch, in the hallway, in a bedroom, in the master bathroom, and on a trash bag. Surveillance video and FBI cell tower analysis place Guerra along the same route as a black van with blue LEDs that has been connected to the case. Their case remains active, and the FBI has issued a $15,000 reward in connection with that investigation. That reflects the seriousness of this case and the continued efforts behind it. If you have any information on the disappearance of the Choc family, please call the FBI at 800-225-5324 or Mobile County Sheriff's Office at 251-574-8633. Also, a quick thank you to Lamar Mobile Gulf Shores for donating 8 billboards in total throughout Mobile County.
Genesis Reid's case was the first billboard fully funded through Operation Safe Return community donations and amplified by Blip's one-to-one nonprofit matching. Community support translated directly into sustained visibility in Enterprise and Ozark. Adrienne Reid, Genesis' mother, reported Genesis missing just after 3 a.m. on February 16, 2026. Reid stated she went to check on Genesis and found her bed empty and the front door to the residence open. Genesis was last seen near 201 Apache Drive in Enterprise, Alabama. She was last seen wearing pink Minnie Mouse pajamas. Reid has since been arrested for filing a false police report and is currently being held on a $1 million bond. A motion for bond reduction has been filed by her attorney. Enterprise Police Department is still actively searching for Genesis. If you have information on her whereabouts or have had contact with Adrienne Reid in the weeks leading up, please contact Enterprise PD at 334-347-2222 or 911.
Danny Barter's billboard placement was made possible through donated space from Lamar as well. Danny disappeared from the Perdido Beach area June of 1959 and is the oldest missing child case in Alabama. His became the first historic cold case to receive OSR placement. We recently spoke to one of Danny's brothers, and we hope to speak to some of Danny's other family members as well. We will be revisiting Danny's Season 1 episode to provide an update. If you have any information regarding the disappearance of Daniel Barter from Perdido Bay in Baldwin County, please contact the FBI at 800-225-5324 or the Baldwin County Sheriff's Office at 251-937-0202.
And just recently, we placed our second historic cold case billboard for Brenda Sue Sicca, who has been missing from the Huntsville area since July 3, 2017. If you have any information regarding Brenda Sue Sicca's whereabouts, please contact Huntsville Police Department at 256-722-7100.
We are also incredibly grateful to share that we received a $5,000 endowment from the Porch Creek Indians.
The gift was unrestricted, allowing us to strengthen Operation Safe Return and expand our outreach efforts statewide.
Support like that allows us to build strategically instead of reactively.
I am so very thankful and appreciative of this.
It's amazing. It was wonderful to hear from them. We also launched our new case submission form in mid-January.
We wanted families and community members to have a clear, respectful pathway to reach out to us. The form requests detailed information intentionally. I know, it's a lot. But organization is respect for the case. The more we understand on the front end, the better we can serve families.
The form does not allow photo uploads, so if you are submitting a case, we suggest please send us an email of the photos separately to info@alcoldcase.com with a name in the subject line.
We actually have it set up so that it populates a spreadsheet for us and populates another spreadsheet for law enforcement in case anybody needs to cross-reference potential overlap in cases. So that's something that we hope to start, getting together. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet because it took me a while to get all of those things working, but I'm trying to figure out a way to get this to automatically upload to our website as well, so that when people submit cases, they can actually kind of follow along with the status to see where it's kind of at. But that is a work in progress. Learning a lot of computer coding these days.
Yeah, good for you, because I certainly didn't want to do that.
Gosh, it's a lot. We also want to emphasize something very important. We are not investigators. We do not have the authority to reopen cases. Our role at Alabama Cold Case Advocacy is to provide awareness, assist with media outreach, and collaborate with law enforcement when appropriate. We exist to amplify, not override.
And while we're on that subject, there's something else that's very important to say.
Speculation is not advocacy.
Let me repeat that. Speculation is not advocacy.
Once misinformation is online, it spreads faster than the truth. And it forces investigators to chase down things that were never legitimate to begin with. And that takes time away from real leads.
It can create unnecessary noise around an already active investigation.
If you encounter an active crime scene, do not live stream it. Do not record it and post it later. Imagine being a parent, a sibling, or a spouse and learning about your loved one through a social media clip. That is not awareness. It's trauma.
And it's deeply disrespectful to the families.
And please do not touch anything you believe could be evidence. Touch DNA is real. Even well-intentioned interference can contaminate a scene. So unless you are prepared to insert yourself into the pool of potential suspects, step back and let the professionals do their work. Protecting the integrity of a case protects the possibility of justice. We also want to include that jury selection began this week in the capital murder trial of Ibrahim Yazid, the man that has been charged with killing Anaya Blanchard. So this is a week that her family has been waiting for a very, very long time.
It sure is.
I think the judge actually put everybody under a gag order.
And her family is the one that helped put Anaya's law into place.
Yes. Yep.
Some more upbeat things to share. Carrie, recently you also attended the Victims' Rights Summit hosted by the Alabama Crime Victims Compensation Commission.
I did, and I enjoyed it tremendously.
Yeah, I bet. It was cool to see what you told, what you shared.
Yeah, it was a really important space to be in because it brought together law enforcement agencies, victim advocates, and organizations from across the state and put everybody in one room. Because advocacy isn't just online. It's not just billboards. It's actually sitting at the tables, having hard conversations, building relationships, and strengthening trust between families and agencies. And to actually hear the people who are working as victims advocates at the district attorney's offices, or Wanda from Vocal spoke, and she always is wonderful.
Yeah.
You're hearing from different sides of the table. I mean, technically you're all on the same side, but they're all different job aspects and roles. And we learn more about what Alabama Crime Victims Compensation Commission is doing, things that they're hoping to achieve with the legislature this year. And it is moving, because you have all of these people who have the same goal in mind. It actually allowed us to build relationships with some agencies that we didn't necessarily have beforehand. So it was a great opportunity for us as an organization to kind of get our names out there. I will say that Everett put me on the spot. I wasn't anticipating speaking at this thing. And I went in and I sat on the front row. But as I'm walking in the door, Everett's like, "Hey, I'm going to have you get up right after lunch and give us introduce yourself and tell everybody what you're doing." And I'm not even sure what I said.
I could hear a little bit of panic in your voice when you texted and said he did that.
Yeah, I was actually said, well, I wasn't anticipating doing this. So I have nothing prepared. And one of the things that I always forget is stop overthinking it.
Yeah.
Just talk like you and I are sitting here talking. Or like I would tell anybody that I was having a conversation with, just a normal conversation with, just treat it like that. But for some reason, that just always goes out of my mind and it's like panic mode. And
I'm sure it was wonderful. These rooms really are where collaboration happens. They also reinforce that families are not alone in this work.
Yep. And it allows us to better understand the systems families are navigating so that we can support them more effectively. National Crime Victims' Rights Week will be observed April 19th through April 25th this year.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I always love when this rolls around because it is a time that everybody is kind of on a unified front and remembering. It should be an everyday thing, but this is one of those weeks that is dedicated specifically to that. And there are events across the state.
Yeah. And we try to share those as best we can on the social media, so keep an eye out if we make those posts.
And they're starting to kind of announce, dates and times and things like that.
Right. This year's theme is Listen, Act, Advocate, Protect Victims, Serve Communities.
And we will actually have a table at the Mobile County District Attorney's Office event this year, and we will be present at the Vocal Tribute in Montgomery.
That was so wonderful. I just loved watching that last year. Me being out here, I don't get to participate in those, but it was great to see it.
One of the most sobering moments actually happens when I go to this event because you have all of these families. And CJ Wilkinson's mom and stepdad, they always travel down for it. Mm-hmm. So you have families from literally all over the state who traveled to Montgomery for this event. And they always do a candle light. And so the families will get in a line and they will light their candle and they will tell who they're lighting the candle for.
Right.
And it will just give you chills. It's enough when you walk up and you see all of the crosses across the front lawn in memory, but then to actually have people talking about it and you have the slideshow going in the back, it is powerful to see. It's heartbreaking, actually. It is truly heartbreaking.
Right. And if you're a family member who would like to have your loved one included in the vocal tribute, submissions must be received by March 15th. So make sure you get those in because we'd like to see as many as possible.
We've shared the link to submit your tribute request on our social media, and we'll include it in the episode details to make it easy to find. And while National Crime Victims' Rights Week is about honoring victims and supporting families, for us, that doesn't happen just 1 week out of the year.
It's something we carry into every episode.
There are more cases in Alabama than we could ever fully cover, and more names than we could dedicate entire seasons to.
But even if we cannot tell every story in full, we can do one thing consistently.
We can say their names.
Time should not erase them.
So beginning this season, near the time frame when individuals disappeared or were murdered, we will take a moment at the end of each episode to read their names aloud for the month.
Because visibility matters. Memory matters.
Today we'll read the names of individuals whose cases occurred in March. If you have any information regarding any of the cases mentioned, please contact the local jurisdiction handling the investigation. Email info@alcoldcase.com or reach out to your regional Crime Stoppers.
As we start to say the names in March, the first cases are those of the oldest cases of missing adults in Alabama. The first there is virtually no information on, and that's Willadine 16 Pickett. She had gone missing in the 1940s, and they do not have an official date for her record. So we wanted to mention her first. And if you have any information regarding Willadine's missing person case, you can contact Walker County Sheriff's Office at 205-282-0740. The next oldest missing persons case, Billy Dye, Robert Dye, and Daniel Brasher. presumed missing together from Morris Crooked Creek area in rural Jefferson County, March 3rd, 1956. Jefferson County's Sheriff's Office is who you need to contact at 205-325-1450.
Olin Guy Kirby was last seen March 13th, 1975 in Calera, Alabama. If you have information, you can contact Shelby County Sheriff's Office at 205-670-6000.
Cynthia Dykes, murdered near Clayton, Alabama in Barber County, March 11th, 1987. If you have information about her murder, please contact Barber County Sheriff's Office at 334-775-3434.
Jennifer Dorch, murdered in Northport, Alabama in Tuscaloosa County on March 9th, 1991. If you have information about Jennifer's murder, you can contact Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office at 205-464-8690 or Crime Stoppers at 205-752-7867.
Travis Phillips, missing from Dauphin Island, Mobile County, Alabama, March 29th of 1991. If you have any information about his disappearance, please contact Dauphin Island Police Department at 251-861-5523.
Michael Gordon, last seen in McKenzie, Alabama on March 6, 1998. If you have information, you can contact Butler County Sheriff's Office at 334-382-6521.
Tammy Chipman, missing from Tuskegee, Macon County, Alabama, March 2nd of 2001. If you have information, contact Tuskegee Police Department at 334-727-0200.
Melinda McGee was last seen on March 24th, 2003 in Atmore, Alabama. If you have any information on Melinda's disappearance, please contact Escambia County Sheriff's Office at 251-809-0741.
Marcia Scobie, missing from Enterprise, Alabama in Coffee County, March 29th of 2003. If you have any information, please contact Daleville Police Department at 334-598-4442.
Deborah Turpin Green has been missing from Fort Morgan, Alabama and Baldwin County since around March 3rd, 2004. If you have any information, please contact Daphne Police Department at 251-620-0100.
Yu Chin Goodson, missing from Russellville, Alabama, Franklin County, as of March 25th, 2005. If you have any information on her disappearance, please contact Russellville Police Department at 256-332-2230.
Alonzo Reynolds was last seen on March 31st, 2005 in Birmingham, Alabama. If you have any information, please contact Birmingham Police Department at 205-254-1700. Victor
Sanchez, murdered and still missing from Abbeville in Henry County, March 23rd of 2009. If you have any information about his murder, please contact Abbeville Police Department at 334-585-2222.
Kevin Gray from Utah, Alabama, was last seen in Greene County on March 11th, 2014. If you have any information, please contact Greene County Sheriff's Office at 205-372-3242.
April Russell was last seen on March 15th of 2016 in Mobile, Alabama. If you have information regarding her disappearance, please contact Mobile County Sheriff's Office at 251-208-7211.
Brian Dormany was last seen March 24th, 2016 in Shelby, Alabama. If you have information on Brian's disappearance, please contact Shelby County Sheriff's Office at 205-670-6000.
Virginia Sellers was murdered in Ozark, Dale County, Alabama, March 1st of 2017. If you have any information regarding her murder, please contact Dale County Sheriff's Office at 334-774-3114.
Maxine Bieberbach was last seen in March of 2018 in Empire, Alabama. If you have any information, please contact Walker County Sheriff's Office at 205-302-6464.
Roger Taylor disappeared from Mount Vernon, Alabama in Lamar County, March 10th of 2019. If you have any information regarding his disappearance, please contact Lamar County Sheriff's Office at 205-695-7470.
Nolan Watson of Dora, Alabama was last seen on March 8, 2020. His remains were located on March 6, 2021. The cause of death was listed as undetermined, and Jefferson County Sheriff's Office continues to investigate. If you have information, please contact Jefferson County Sheriff's Office at 205-325-1450.
Shakita Nelson, missing as of March 3rd, 2021, from Montgomery, Alabama in Montgomery County. If you have any information regarding her disappearance, please contact Montgomery Police Department at 334-625-2651.
Joseph Entrican was last seen in Birmingham, Alabama on March 19, 2021. If you have any information regarding Joseph's disappearance, please contact Birmingham Police Department at 205-254-1700.
James Bernard White went missing from Saraland, Alabama in Mobile County on March 18th of 2022. Please call the Saraland Police Department at 251-675-5331 if you have any information.
Since Alabama Cold Case Advocacy's creation, we have dedicated innumerable hours to researching and networking in an effort to provide the largest platform we can to the cases we share. We shoulder all associated expenses with Alabama Cold Case Advocacy out of our own pocket, including the subscription fees for researching and production of the Unforgotten podcast to provide a cost-free avenue for the victims' families of those cases.
We hope you will join in our efforts to raise awareness of Alabama's missing and murdered and support these families who have been forced to carry the immeasurable loss of their loved ones and the fight for answers. If you appreciate our mission and you are inspired to make a donation, your extra support will enable the ACCA to continue our research, share the cold cases, and help those families know that they are also unforgotten.
Unforgotten is an Alabama cold case advocacy podcast, recorded in conjunction with Riverside FM, hosted and distributed by Red Circle to your favorite podcast platforms. Content, research, artwork, and production are by Sellers and Stormy of Alabama Cold Case Advocacy. Credits for music, sound clips, special mentions, and research sources can be found in each episode's description. Your support helps us continue producing Unforgotten and further Alabama Cold Case's mission of advocacy and awareness. There are a few ways you can help us light the path. Make a one-time or monthly donation to Unforgotten through Red Circle, sign up for a one-time or recurring donation through the ACCA website, or subscribe to the Unforgotten Patreon channel for early access to ad-free episodes. You will find the links for all three in our episode descriptions. Another cost-free way to be of great help is to follow us on social media, but most importantly, whatever you do, tell everyone you know about these cases. Sharing their stories is one of the most effective ways to help find resolution for Alabama's cold cases. Be the spark. Thank you for listening, and until next time, remember, justice may be delayed, but the victims and their families remain unforgotten.
That was good. You did good on that one.
Thanks.
Stitch Fix. Shopping is hard. Let's talk about it.
I don't have time to shop, so I buy all my clothes where I buy my seafood.
I just want someone to tell me what shirt goes with what pants.
I just want jeans that fit. Stitch Fix makes shopping easy. Just share your size, style, and budget, and your stylist sends personalized looks right to your door. No subscription required, plus free shipping and returns.
Man, that was easy. I look good.
Stitch Fix, online personal styling for everyone. Take your style quiz today at stitchfix.com.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.